Hello everyone, and welcome back to one of Let's Plays, the series where I just play any game that I feel like playing for today, and on this day I felt like playing a game that I played a lot as a kid for the PS1, Sheep, Dog and Wolf. Now, this game, I believe, in places like America and stuff, is known as Sheep Raider, so if you're confused by the name and stuff like that, you know it's known as Sheep Raider as well, and stuff like that. Also, I'm scrolling this wheel a lot because otherwise it might play a demo or something, since that's a common thing at like the start of LPs. But we're just going to begin with English and show off this game because I think this is a really underrated puzzle platformer, if you ask me. So, without further ado, I guess we're just going to get straight on into this and enjoy the first cutscene, which is going to explain the story. So I'm going to be quiet for a little while, except with a load time right here. This game has load times which I actually don't mind because what it shows you is pretty cool, where you're basically looking at blueprints, and it shows you like the layout of the levels, but you'll see what I mean, when the first cutscene is played and then we get into the game itself. But believe me, this game is quite humorous. It is Looney Tunes after all. Enjoy!
Welcome to the Sheep, Dog, and Wolf Show, or as I like to call it, Who Wants to Be a Sheep Stealer? Listen, bub, all you gotta do is relax and play the game. I gotta use this gig to catapult me to superstardom. Now, the aim of our game is simple: to steal sheep. Go through a series of levels. At each of those levels, you will have to steal a sheep from Sam Sheepdog and put it in the goal. If you succeed, you may proceed to the next challenge, and so on, until you finally steal the entire flock. But, and this is a big but, the sheep must be intact at the end of each level. You'll be disqualified if any of these sheep are missing so much as a thread of wool. Have I made myself perfectly clear? Okay, don't panic. I, as a consummate professional, know how important it is to rehearse. This is your big chance, and you don't want to blow it. Besides, I'm the one who explained this game to you, and if you don't do well, how's that gonna make me look? Not so good, that's how. So go ahead, practice.
So yeah, that's pretty much the whole story side of things. He's been put into like this talent show, or at least, just contest in general, in order to rescue sheep. The plot is really silly, but what did you expect? This is Looney Tunes. It's supposed to be silly. Even Bugs Bunny Lost in Time for the PS1 has some silly plots going on here and there and stuff. Also, look at that, a blueprint. This shows you like the layout of the level, which I think is kind of unique, because that's what pretty much Wile E. Coyote does, doesn't he? So, sorry about that, a bit of a quick interruption right here, but at the moment we have signs to read, so let's see what this one says. Attention! Extended use of this game can drive even the most serious people crazy. This game just has some really weird humor if you ask me, especially this one right here as well, which is going to say this. Are you sure you want to play this game? No, not really. It just hits you on the head, you know, for not wanting to play the game at all. You can just click that as many times as you want and just enjoy, you know, Wile E. Coyote getting hit by the thing. Or I think it's probably Ralph? I'm not too sure, I honestly get very confused between Wile E. Coyote and Ralph, because, you know, one of them he has a black nose, one of them he has a red. I think, like, in the sheep ones he has red. We warned you to start, cross the white line. Okay, let's go do that and see what is going to happen. Just all this mayhem goes on, and I'm afraid that's it. This is literally the end of the game. See? Game over. We're done. Nah, not really. Instead, Daffy Duck comes in, and now he's gonna go, you know, teach us a couple of things about the game.
Oh, that didn't work too well. Follow me, and I'll explain a few commands. First things first, how to use the camera. I'm right behind you. Just use the L2 and R2 buttons to move the camera.
In case you're wondering in that, I'm going to be a bit silent through most of this because it's just funny, you know, hearing the dialogue from Daffy Duck and things, because it's played by Joe Oleski.
Now I'll hide up here. If you want to find me, keep the inside view button pressed down.
So at the moment, I'll only talk here and there, depending on what's going on and stuff like that, you know. But let's just look around and see where he is. So there he is, right up here. This is awkward.
Nice going, bub. These commands will come in handy if you want to look around. If you want to follow me, and who wouldn't, use the jump button and just do what I'm doing.
Yeah, pretty much. Oddly enough, this one uses the square button. Because, I mean, what's it? You know, Kingdom Hearts and that had, like, the circle button to jump, and even Ape Escape had a bit of an unusual button, which was the R1 button. So, this game uses square to jump. It's kind of weird, but you get used to it.
If you want to jump higher, press the button a second time when you are at the highest point of your jump. Works like a charm.
Also, you may be questioning why the hell Daffy Duck is dressed as Robin Hood. I think it makes much more sense later in the game, so... You know, we're just going to see what he has to say about that. So, what have you got to say about this bit over here?
Might I also suggest you use the jump button to take a flying leap?
Yep, but that's pretty much what I already just did and stuff like that. Goodness me, this is the problem, like, when it comes to, you know, doing games like this, I suppose, with lots of dialogue. It's pretty much like it's for most Let's Players. You don't know when to talk or anything. But either way, it's fun.
Hey, how about a little race? You want to know how to win? When you cross the starting line, you'll get a limited amount of time to finish the race. To do this, press steadily on the run button to increase your speed. If you run fast enough, you'll be able to stay suspended in midair for a short period of time. This will come in handy to get over precipices. Fancy word for cliffs.
Alright, yeah, so like he's saying, if you just, rapidly press the circle button while moving, you're able to make him run like this. Pretty much similar to, you know, in the cartoons when he's trying to catch Roadrunner. Brilliant. Roadrunner, shall I say. In fact, there he is right now. This is what I mean, like, it just plays, you know, so much references and that to the actual cartoon itself. When you play this game, I do actually feel like I'm playing, you know, inside a Looney Tunes world, instead of, like, silly stuff and things like that. They also have stuff like this, you know, pretty much like in the cartoons, where just silly things happens, where really you're supposed to run through that, even though I just bashed straight into it. And like I say, this game is just full of humour, and this was a great game in my childhood.
I knew you could do it. You'll probably be able to challenge Roadrunner later in the game, if you're up for it.
Ah, foreshadowing much, are you? Because I believe, if memory recalls, you do that later on in the game.
To help you steal sheep from Sam Sheepdog, you will be given several objects. But wait, there's more. You also gotta know how to use objects in the background. To open the gate, the red button has to be pressed. Just jump on the first seesaw, and the big rock will throw you to the other side. Then, jump on the second seesaw to launch the little rock towards the button so that the gate remains open. Confused yet? Me too. Woohoo! 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 Woohoo!
That's pretty much Daffy Duck's character right there, in a nutshell and things. I also find it funny how most of his dialogue has S's in it. It's like the writers just put S's in, you know, on purpose because of, like, the strange noise that he says anytime he says, like, F or S with that slight sound effect, you know. But still. Yeah, so it's more like a puzzle platformer and things going on where you need to do a lot of thinking, especially when it comes to saving the sheep, which we're going to see later, as there's no sheep at the moment. Good grief, this is incredibly awkward.
Listen. If you want to get sheep and make a plan, you have to use your inventory. First, press the select button, which will show you the level's map and the objects available to you. To get an object, you have to order it by opening a letterbox. If you want to know in which letterbox you have to order a specific object, select it in your inventory, and a red circle will appear around the letterbox, which means it's yours. The objects drawn in white are the ones you can find in the level. The colored objects are those you already collected and can use. And if that's not enough, you can also look at the object's user guide for instructions on how to use it. So come on, try out your inventory and order an object from a letterbox. Today! Batteries not included.
Brilliant. Also, I don't know if this game is rare or anything, because I've played this game as a kid. In fact, you know, I'm playing this game on, like, an original PS1 and stuff, so I don't really know how expensive this has got over the years and things. I'd imagine it's not too expensive, given the fact that, you know, games like Bugs Bunny Lost in Time and, what else? You got Bugs Bunny Lost in Time and Bugs and Taz Time Busters, actually. They're not too costly, so I assume that this one isn't either. Although, you already know that this game is good, mainly because it's made by Infogrames. And Infogrames, you know, back then, when they made, like, Looney Tunes games, they were really, really good, if you ask me. Particularly, like, Bugs Bunny Lost in Time, as that was, like, one of the first games that I played to 100%, because I used to play that game when I was a kid, like back on the PC and stuff with, I think it was like Windows 95 or something. Actually, no, it probably wasn't 95. It was probably Windows XP or something. I don't know. It's been so long. What can I say?
Hey, good for you! That to finish each level, you must be in the goal with the sheep. In fact, you have to both be in the goal, or the challenge doesn't count. And that would be
Oh, sorry about the hiccups there, but, you know, this being... I played this a lot as a kid and stuff, like, all the time, pretty much. And over time, I'm pretty sure you guys know that your discs start to get scratched, and then, you know, they start to judder and sort of lag and stuff like that. That's pretty much what this happens with this, but I've tested this out beforehand, and everything does work. It's only just that little bit there where the lines hiccup, you know, the lines hiccup a bit or something like that anyway. That probably explains also why the load times take a while, but I don't really mind because I like looking at the loading screens, you know. Unless it's like a loading screen that just says load in with a black screen and nothing important going on. If there's like something on display, I don't care how long it takes to load. Seriously. Especially given the fact that it shows you a map of like the overview of the area too.
You'll see the place to which you must bring back the sheep you have stolen. The counter will also indicate the number of sheep you still have to steal. By climbing onto this stand, you can save the game by following the instructions given. If you're exceptionally bright, like yours truly, you'll discover a time clock in each level. Activate it and win a bonus point. Then you can come here and buy stuff, Depending on the number of bonus points you've collected, of course. And that's where you can choose levels. All you have to do is activate a door to enter the corresponding level. It's up to you now.
Okay, so Daffy Duck has pretty much explained everything, really. There's no need for me to go on about stuff. Except I will say this is a cool way to let you know how many levels remain. So, like, at the beginning of the game, we have, 16 levels to go, because on each level, you need to rescue a sheep. That's pretty much your goal. You need to rescue a sheep without being seen by Sam's sheepdog, and we'll see it more in a bit. I would stop it here, but you haven't really learned a lot about the game, because that's not really how the main template works. It will make more sense when we do level 1. But first up, I want to show you this hidden bit of dialogue that you can find if you just talk to this guy at random points.
Please, let's give our contestant a little support, huh?
That's one of them, although I'm just going to be clicking it a while and just compiling, a whole bunch of ones to see what he has to say.
Somebody get my agent on the phone. I can't work under these conditions. Listen, if you don't want to proceed, we'll just find a new contestant. There's plenty who'd jump at the chance to work with me, I'll tell you.
I think that's pretty much all of them, since he says 3 things at the beginning of the game. Except later on when you do rescue sheep and that, he has some extra bits of dialogue as well. I just love hearing the dialogue from Daffy, since, like I say, before he's voiced by Joe Oleski, I believe, which at that time, I don't know if he still is now, was or is, shall I say, the voice of Daffy Duck and that. So, the original voice actors of the characters are present, which is good. Because, impressions are good here and there, but sometimes it's nice to just have, the original cast. Well, sometimes it can work, pretty much in Kingdom Hearts, when you see Genie and stuff. In the original Aladdin, that is voiced by, Robin Williams. And in, Kingdom Hearts and that, because they couldn't really get the rights to get Robin Williams to do anything, they just chose, damn it, what was his name? Dan Castellaneta, who's basically the voice of Homer Simpson, so they got him to do that instead. So even though it wasn't the original voice, it still worked pretty well. But either way, enough of my rambling, and let's just get on with level 1. Because now you're going to understand how everything works. So here is a loading screen, of all the layout of the level. As you can see, you can basically plan where to go. The sheep are over there. You're at the center marked with a red circle. It's a cool way to prepare you for the level. I wish more games had this, They do this short layout of a level, showing you what it does. I suppose Call of Duty did that with World at War for Rise and stuff. But I don't know, it just has more charm in a game like this, I find. Also, for every level, you get given some sort of cinematic view. I've noticed a lot of games in the 90s did that. Even Gex 3, Deep Cover Gecko. I think that's what it was called anyway. Another game I played in my childhood. Maybe I should show that off one day. That was a cool game.
I'm back. Listen, if you don't want to be seen by Sam's sheepdog, here's some free advice. First, when you see this icon appear, it means that you are close to Sam's area. The icon helps you see where Sam is looking. If it's in front of you, it means that Sam is looking in your direction. When the icon is green, it means that you are close to Sam's area, but the good news is, he can't see or hear you. When the icon is orange, it means that you're in Sam's area, so be quiet and everything will be okay. When the icon is red, it means you're in big trouble, pal, 'cause Sam saw you, and you'd better get out. Your best bet is to press the stealth button. If you don't, Sam will hear you when you enter his area.
So yeah, there's a complete overview of pretty much the feedback interface that you'll get when you see Sam and stuff like that. Also, I will say that the soundtrack to this game, I suppose it can be seen as 70s porn music, I suppose, to some people. But I quite like the soundtrack, if you ask me, and stuff like that. It seems to suit the levels pretty well, and some tracks are really good. Particularly, I forgot what track number it is, but there's one that gives me some sort of Ape Escape feel. The one where you get to space later on. Yeah, you do actually go to space in this game. It's kind of strange, really. Also, what's this going to say? If you have used your dynamite, you can come and get another one here. Fair enough. That's fine. I thought it was going to like add up some more humor or something, since most of the signs have that. You can use this, which I find pretty freaking pointless, if I do say so myself. That's pretty much what you can use, you know, to sightsee which sheep to go for, but for level 1, it is completely unnecessary, if you ask me. Also, the camera occasionally does have some strange moments here and there. Did I pick up the... Yeah, I did. Cool. Where, you know, occasionally the camera will just randomly just swing past or something. But this is like a game made in pretty much as soon as the 90s were over, because, you know, this game came out in 2001. It's pretty old now, so I can look past like the camera issues here and there, because a lot of games had those back in the day, really. That was just something that we dealt with. Now, we're supposed to use this dynamite over here in order to blow up that path in order to take the sheep into the goal, which we're going to steal later. But one cool little Easter egg I like to do is blow up the main duck himself. Because the dialogue he says is actually pretty humorous, and what you get is honestly something that I think, again, you don't really get a lot in games nowadays. Probably because it won't be that amazing now, but I don't know, just seeing this was really cool.
Ha ha, it is to laugh. There's nothing funny about blown up duck. By your laughter, I can tell that you disagree. Well, let's see if you think this is funny. I will stop you from playing for about 1 minute while you consider the error of your ways. Did we learn our lesson? That little timeout should teach you to blow me up, but never say I hold a grudge. Back to the game!
So yeah, that's your punishment. If you blow up Daffy Duck, he pauses your game for like, well, he says a minute, but to me that felt more like 5 seconds, so that wasn't very much of a punishment, really. But that's what happens every time, you know, you blow him up and you talk to him. Let me just try talking to him again and see, like, if he... let's see, lettuce, other stuff. No, I don't really want to... No, I don't want to know anything.
If you get lost,
we would hear more dialogue in that, but we really are actually running quite a lot of time and stuff like that. I can word. Because we're at like 24 minutes so far, and at least that's without editing anyway, so... I don't want this to go on for too long. I mean, this is a puzzle platformer. I don't really want to be here for, like, say, 45 minutes showing this off or anything. I did that with Kingdom Hearts, I know, but Kingdom Hearts is more of a deep, engaging story. This isn't really deep or engaging. I just want to get this done and over with, really. Let's go see what this sign has to say. Time clock. Activated, and you win a bonus point. I didn't see that exclamation mark there for some reason. Probably because it blended in with, like, the orange clock in the background and stuff like that. Now, you have like one of these hidden throughout the levels in the game. What you can use those for is to unlock illustrations. Also, that waterfall in the background is really loud, so I might leave. There we go, that's a bit better. Jeez, I forgot how loud that area was, really. But yeah, you know the clocks, you get given like 1 point or something like that anyway, and you can use those points to unlock extra art in the game, really. That's pretty much all they do, really. It's just to unlock extra stuff in the game, so you can have a look around, find the hidden clocks if you want to get the game to completely at 100%, I suppose, or something like that anyway. Also, keep note of this sign, because it's going to tell you something important. Watch out. Dangerous bridge. 1 person at a time. Yeah, keep that in mind. Only 1 person can, like, go across here. Even though it only says, like, person and that's even... Oh, that means an animal can go past then. Not exactly. Also, Porky Pig.
Hi, I'm a farmer Porky. I hear you're trying to steal Sham's flock. Good luck. I grow all kinds of vegetables, and I know Sam's sheep well. For instance, I know you can lead a sheep if you show it some lettuce. If you do this, you won't have to carry them. Come back with your sheep, and I'll show you how to use leafy vegetables.
Yeah, we heard from Porky Pig right there. I believe that guy is voiced by Bob Bergen as well, because I got the manual next to me and it's really, really convenient just looking at it. Because that's like a credit segment, but that's not important. Yeah, he's voiced by Bob Bergen, which I believe is the original voice actor of Porky Pig. I mean, it sounds pretty close to the voice actor. If that's an impressionist, then they've done a bloomin' good job, I must say. But, time to go Metal Gear Solid mode, where this game honestly feels a lot more like Metal Gear Solid to me. Where our objective is to try and steal one of Sam's sheep without him spotting us. And you know, like Daffy Duck was saying, there's like a meter that goes up at the moment, it's orange, so you want to be really careful. When it goes green, you're better, and when it goes red, run for your life, because otherwise Sam is going to knock you down, and, you know, it's basically a way of, like, dying in the game. You don't really get given any lives or anything in this game, so you can die as many times as you want, and, you know, there's no backtracking feel or anything like that, really, for having to redo stuff. Like Oddworld. Oh my god. That one game I did last time. But let's go give the sheep to Porky Pig and see what he has to say.
You managed to take a sheep from the flock. Well done. Now, I'll show you how to use the lettuce intelligently. Sam's sheep, you love it. All you have to do is leave some next to its sheep. It'll go toward it all on its own to eat it. But be careful not to place your lettuce too far away, or it won't be able to see it. To know whether you're close enough before putting the lettuce down, check whether this icon is displayed. You can also place bits of lettuce all along the path. The sheep will move from a bit to a bit, but don't place them too far apart. Otherwise, the sheep may stop on the way. So, don't forget to check for this icon before placing any lettuce. It'll tell you whether it's close enough. Does any of that make sense? Are you following me? Do you get it? 'Cause I don't.
Nah, I completely understand it, Porky Pig. Makes complete sense to me right there. So we get given a lot of these, really, and these are a way to basically just attract the sheep. Why did you just eat that? I hope that one grows back. Oh no, great, it's ate the other one as well. I might carry this thing away then before it starts to eat the rest of them, because they do grow back, but, you know, due to the sheep and stuff, they just like to eat stuff, really. I also love the expression that it has. Let me just, like, look at its face right here. Just look at that. So derpy-like. I don't know, man, it's weird. But anyway, let's just pick up the remaining bits of lettuce and try and save the sheep. But beforehand, I just want to do something really quick, which is going to be a bit evil. So, I'll be back in a bit, guys. Okay, I'm back, and as you can see, I have a dynamite in my hand, which I'm now going to put on Porky Pig. Because even he has something funny to say about that. I'm pretty sure if you blow up most of the characters in the game, obviously his eyes look really funny, like black and white, if you ask me. Yeah, if you just blow up some of them, they have funny dialogue to say, so let's see what he has to say after that.
That's not funny.
Just short and to the point, it's just great. It's such a nice touch to this game, if you ask me. You can also blow up the sheep as well, but don't do that. Because otherwise you ruin your chance of putting it in the goal, and that basically counts as, like, you know, you have to redo the sheep. And if you do blow it up, Sam can actually hear you if you're close enough, and then he'll just try to kill you, really. I suppose I should show what happens though if you do get caught by Sam. So imagine, like, if you're creeping up, you're trying to get a sheep, and then he sees you. You can run away like this in order to get out of his way and stuff, but, you know, he's still able to get you depending on where he is, I think, anyway. When he grabs you, that happens, yeah. He beats you up, put it or so. And there's also another one, which I'm going to try and show you if he does it, I suppose. Where he'll just hit you. Yeah, this one. Oh, wait, no, it's not. He's doing the same one again. I just want to give it one more go in that, because he does show, like, another death animation. I think it sort of, like, took some sort of idea, you know, like, from the Crash Bandicoot games, at least Crash Bandicoot 3 more like, because that game had tons of funny death animations, really. Yeah, this one. There you go. Isn't it just delightful? Just to be beaten up by Sam right there. But either way, enough fooling around. What I now want to do is bring this sheep back home. I would show off that, yes, you can blow up the sheep, but I don't really want to do that. I want to rescue this thing, okay? And what he was saying about the blue meter, what you want to do is just lay it down and make sure that the sheep stays intact. If it's red, it's not going to work, and also I need to get off the thing really quick. Oh man, I've actually screwed this up because I completely forgot that it said to not... sheep, come back, come on. You're not supposed to go over there just yet. What I'm supposed to do is lay them down in order for the sheep to, you know, make it through, because not more than one person can make it across. Otherwise, you know, the breach collapses. You know what, forget it. I'll just show off what it does, because it's funny. What can I say? So, like, what I'm going to do is just attract him and then just kill myself. Because I don't know, freaking Wile E. Coyote is suicidal or something. Alright, look what happens. Just like from the cartoons, you know. It's such a nice charm. I love it. Alright, anyway, yeah, let's do for reals this time. What I want to do is pick up the other three and then lay them down, and then just, you know, bring the sheep across or so. So, you know, you have to do a lot of thinking and planning depending on how you're supposed to rescue the sheep. I know it seems really basic at the moment, but later on, the game does get really clever for, like, its puzzles and things. In fact, I looked at like, the back of the box, and apparently PlayStation Magazine gave this a 9 out of 10. I'm not joking, like, literally, here's evidence. It says 9 out of 10 on the back of the box. It's kind of strange, really. But yeah, I suppose that just shows it's a good game, really. I mean, if you ask me, it's a very unknown game. This game needs to be known a lot more, really. Okay, so now what I would like to do is not fall off due to the camera sweeping around. I suppose I might as well just let this sheep, do what it does then. I suppose I could just run over there with it, but that seems a bit too risky, because by the time it steps on, I might die or something like that. Or, you know what, just to give, like, a bit of cinematic effect, let's go first person and watch the whole thing, eh? In fact, I might as well just speed this up, since this is going to take a bit of a while. Okay, there we go. Hopefully the camera does not screw me up and cause me to fall down or anything, since the analog control is a little off on this game. But that might be because I'm playing it on a delayed TV. Like, seriously, I'm clicking the jump button now, and now he jumps. Like, literally, that's the sort of delay I'm having to deal with. I think that's the telly itself, not really the adapter or anything, because I'm actually using a, I'm using a SCART adapter to, like, get this game in nice quality, because this, guys, is not from an emulator. This is literally being played on the original PS1, so I hope, the quality looks pretty good, because I like to play games on the original systems, really. That's just how I prefer it. I mean, sure, you got the emulator if you need. It just depends on personal tastes, really. I just love playing games on original systems, because I don't know, I'm a freaking retro nerd. What can I say? Either way, what we're supposed to do now is blow this up, and then carry this sheep on its way to the goal, and then that's pretty much the layout for all the levels. So, you know, you rescue sheep, you use stuff along the way, and then you put it in the goal, and that's it, the end of the level. A simple mechanic, but it gets really clever later on, with, some of the later levels and stuff, because I believe on one of them, you literally have to dress up as a sheep yourself and disguise yourself, you know, in, like, Sam's flock of sheep, and it just gets so clever with some of, like, the puzzles, and 1 minute you're controlling the robot, the next, you're even a ghost performing dance moves with other ghosts. It's just really cool. I love all of it. Seriously, this game is so freaking underrated, man.
Fantastic! Oops. Our contestant needs quiet. Quiet!
Wonderful. Alright, also, like, if I look past here and that, you have, like, some of the cast from the Looney Tunes things itself. Like, you got Sylvester, you've got, wow, I'm a Looney Tunes fan, apparently, and I don't really know a lot of the names over here and stuff like that, but let's just say, you know, the whole cast is present, and that's pretty cool. But, I reckon, honestly, I'm mainly going to call it off here for, like, Sheepdog and Wolf, because I would love to do a full LP of this game. Believe me, it's actually planned at some point, but, you know, I just felt like playing it today just to give you some sort of preview as to what the game's like and what the commentary would be like and stuff. It would be more, like, strategic, explaining how to work things, and just, usually what I do in general. You know, I just, like, talk about random stuff, as well as what's going on in the game with strategy-wise and stuff. And you could begin with level 2, which would not be good, because we've already gone on for quite a long time. We're at like 37 minutes so far, according to my recording time anyway. So this has been one of Let's Plays of Sheepdog and Wolf for the PS1, also known as Sheep Raider as well, depending on where you're from. If you like the look of it, pick it up. Seriously, you won't regret it. It's a really freaking clever and an ingenious puzzle platformer, really. Not as original and inventive, I suppose, as, say, the Oddworld games, like Oddworld Abe's Odyssey and Oddworld Abe's Exodus. But this is quite a fun game, really, and I can't wait to LP this game one day, whenever that is, and when I get my disc to work, because one of the levels just won't load because it's too scratched, and I've tried cleaning it and everything, it's just not possible. I think my only option is to really just pick up another disc of the game, really. But I've rambled on way too friggin' much. Take care, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this video of Sheepdog and Wolf for the PS1 / Sheep Raider. And I'll see you in more stuff, some things that I have to make.